with Juanita Crane. So you have pretty much devoted your professional life to service and education, or to the community, whether it was through the Girl Scouts or whether it was in the classroom, elementary, middle school, high school. There are some wonderful programs that I think are just noteworthy. You were very instrumental in the Legit program in New York. Talk about that a little bit.
The target participants were young people that were court involved, okay, all of whom were gang involved or gang related. Some who had had their challenges as far as dealing with drugs as well. Family issues that were just unbelievable.
I'm sure.
Okay, and education. Education is very often at the center of a lot of why and how our children progress in life. The Legit program really took on helping this particular group of young people to take the street smarts and the street skills and make them legitimate. That the talents that they had garnered from just living life could be transformed into really skills that they could bring to the table and progress forward in a positive way.
And if those who are committing those activities would turn the table and use those same skills to do something positive, something that's legal, we would have more entrepreneurs perhaps, we would have, more innovation and creativity within our community. So the fact that this program did just that is absolutely phenomenal.
I've always been very much an advocate for young people because I don't believe that any child wakes up one morning and says, oh my, I can't wait to be homeless. I can't wait to be in the middle of a shooting match. Absolutely. And I also have been taken a very strong stand in really making adults take on the responsibility of the fact that they didn't get this way by themselves. I established a mentoring program, went into the communities, and found mentors who were professionals, who took time, and I screened them, trained them, and then matched them with one of the young people in our program. And I learned as much from the experience as I get. I took on being PTA president in the same way I would if I was working with a corporation. I really understood, as being an educator myself, being on both sides of the table, as a parent and as a professional, as a teacher. So every single PTA meeting, I really strongly believed that parents should come because they knew they were going to get something of value. I never appreciated someone wasting my time. So I was not going to do that and insult them by having them come to a PTA meeting where silliness would go on. Inviting people to come and speak, having forums, addressing issues that were happening socially, economically, politically, within the communities that our families lived in, providing skills for parents. I mean, I wrote grants that we were able to get monies to have resume writing workshop, job skills seminars, trips. We traveled, we attended plays.
You found a way to weave in all of the pieces that really affect our children. The community, the businesses, just simple things, like you said, resume writing, and just strengthening all those different pieces, because ultimately that does affect our children.
That's right.
Everything that the parents have to deal with on the outside of the school is what filters to the inside. So it sounds like you set up that model to just incorporate all of those variables.
And as well as the physical aspect, because we had nutrition workshops, we had exercise after school for parents and their children to take part in.
Awesome.
We had African dance classes, we had ballroom dancing.
And exposing them to maybe something that they may not have gotten
That's
otherwise.
Right. We started a chess team from scratch, and the team went on to become known on a national, not city level, not state level, but on a national level. We saw young people have a sense of accomplishment and a sense of confidence that comes from knowing that they can sit across the table from anyone and use their mind, their brain, their thinking, their processing, and really win. You know, when you have a sense of winning very early in life, it stays with you.
And so you did the same type of work with Bedford Academy?
Well, with Bedford Academy, it was a high school. So networking and just having contacts, and I knew a little bit of everyone, whether it was within the political arena, entertainment, you know, on a social program. So, and Bedford Academy was a very special school when I joined that staff in 2004.
Okay.
And I came on as part of the staff that really took a close look at students that needed extra support.
Okay.
Basically, I worked with students to see who needed support in the areas of academics as well as possibly within their families. Okay. But I also taught English and journalism classes.
Okay. I always say this about educators, and that is you have to be a special type of person to be an educator, because you certainly don't go into it for the money.
Not for the money.
It's just a statistic, so we're not saying anything new. And it sounds like with all of these things, legit, the PTA, Bedford Academy High School, that you just brought that love and passion and a real caring spirit for these children to help them.
One of my intents was to help them, but by the time I became part of the staff at Bedford Academy, I also knew the benefits of learning from children. And I know that part of the reason why I'm still here is because I've made a point of being as good a student as I am a teacher. I never met someone I couldn't learn something from. And at Bedford Academy High School, what a fantastic group of young people. I'm able to keep up with a lot of the young people that are now graduating from college and with their bachelor's, with advanced degrees. So blessed to have had them in my life, and proud of them for also making a commitment to themselves and to not settling for mediocrity, for not settling for the status quo.
What's next for Juanita?
Doing a lot more writing and reading. I would write for other people, but as far as writing what my own story and putting it down on paper is now something that I'm doing. So I'm looking forward to having some things being published, articles, as well as a book, a couple of books, really.
I look forward to that.
And I'm looking forward to doing some additional traveling.
Wonderful.
I'm looking forward to watching my family continue to grow and flourish. And I'm looking forward to really living my life. I'm not interested in existing. I'm not interested in surviving. I do not refer to myself as a cancer survivor, because that's very limiting.
Absolutely.
Okay? So I am really continuing that quest to be pro-life.
Have you fully embraced all of what you have brought to the table?
No.
Why not?
Because until recently, I could barely take a compliment. Because it didn't seem like anything that I had done that much. To me, I had just shared and been of service. Shirley Chisholm, I think it was, that said that service is the rent we pay for the time we spend on this earth. And I really take that to heart.
So when it's all said and done, and we think about Juanita Crane, what do you want most to be remembered?
That I was a perfectly imperfect person who was relentless in doing her best and in living a life that would impact the people that she came in contact with in a positive way.